Good Monday morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show here in Ellijay, Georgia. Happy day after Easter, Monday morning. I don't know when's the last time I've been this happy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I am so happy, but let me tell you, even though this morning, when I left the house, I drove all the way out. You see this computer on my desk? I have to have it. So even though this morning I drove all the way to the office, pulled in, and realized I left my computer at home, still, I am so happy. I had to drive back home, get my computer, and then drive all the way back to the office. That's why it's 8:02 and 3 and we're getting started. But still yet, I can't remember the last time I have been this happy. Hold on, I'm going to drink to my happiness, right? And then on the way back to the office, I get behind the school buses, a long line of school buses, but yet I'm still so damn happy. Sorry, I shouldn't do that this Monday morning this early. And then I finally get here and I get everything a third completed that I had laid out this morning, but yet I'm still happy. I have a sports show to do at 10 o'clock, but yet I'm happy. Well, I'm just saying. I hope you're happy. Josh, give me number if we're ready here. I know I sent these to you late, okay? And let me get to my pictures this morning. First of all, let's show people how they can get involved with the show. There's our phone number right there, and it is here on the desk. You can actually call, text the show. You could be on the show if you ever want to be. There's our email address and all the ways you can follow us on social media. 43 degrees, a little cool this morning, but going to be a nice week here in North Georgia, 8:05 in the morning. Josh, do you have number 28? Now this, what do you mean you don't have number 28? Just because I only sent them 2 minutes ago don't mean you can't do 35 pictures. All right, just whenever you get there, get to number 28. In fact, obviously, the Mueller report is out, and obviously they are laying the groundwork for impeachment, which we know that's going to happen, because, they have a duty. I mean, they don't want to. They feel it will further divide the country. But they have a constitutional duty. And what will the American people think of them? Do you notice they talk for the American people? They always talk for the American people. And what would the American people think of them if they allowed this kind of obstruction of justice, collusion, which they still claim is there, okay? What would the American people think if they just bypass it? I mean, they are going to have to be bigger than politics on this one. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, let me say this. All right? Now, let me say this. Educate yourself. The best weapons you have is to educate yourself. Okay? Pay attention, educate yourself, understand things. Okay? Understand the details. Get in it deep, but that is where we need an army. We need an army that actually is armed with the facts. And that's what you really need to do right now, because we're getting ready to go down another phase of remove the president, obstruct justice, obstruct legislation, obstruct progress, obstruct the economy, okay? We're getting ready to go down a road where removing the president goes to the next level with these people. All right, happy Easter, okay? I have never been happier or more content because our country is doing so well with an economy that is the talk of the world and may be stronger than it has ever been. Have a great day. Now, the president went on to put out a lot of tweets showing his displeasure with the Mueller report and the Democrat crimes that have not been investigated, so on and so forth. But the media is saying, well, if he's so happy, why is he doing that? He's just telling the American people the truth. Now, here's Dan Scavino. Now, Dan Scavino is the president's tweet man, okay? I am with the president at the Southern White House. I have never seen him happier. Just like me. I mean, I had some frustrations along the way of getting here this morning. I forgot my computer, got behind the school buses, I can't prepare properly, but I'm happy. They're crazy as hell, folks. They are crazy as hell. Let me say something here, and we're going to get a little deeper. Please, okay, please, out there, all of you, okay, in the deep state media, the people that don't even have sense enough to push an elevator button, I do not know how they get up and down the elevator to the studio because they are so damn dumb. That's why you have an elevator. That's why you got, the guy that, the elevator operator, right? Is that why? Because they're liberals in those buildings and they're too damn dumb to push a button. So they say, I got to go to my studio. Yeah, I know where you're going. Anyhow, so please do not, all right, do not refer to, and let me get the pictures up here. I thought I had some this morning, Josh, that I sent you. Maybe I haven't yet. Yeah, give me number 17, okay? At least 290 killed in church and hotel bombings. 8 bombs, okay? Again, number 18. Sri Lanka, right? Please, out there, do not call Russia interference with our elections an attack, okay? Please, just, I'm asking, remove the word attack. Remove Russia attacked our elections. Remove Russia attacked us in 2016. Please remove that, okay? Because I find it interesting that Russia can attack, and you can say whatever you want where that's concerned. But on this right here, what will you do when you know for a fact it is Muslims? Period. Muslims. Radical Islamic, I think ISIS, but Muslims. Now you want to tell me what will you end up doing? If, I'm going to tell you on the other side of this camera, if you don't quit worrying, I try to keep my composure. We have put extra security around Congresswoman Omar, okay? We have given Congresswoman Omar from Minnesota, the Muslim up there, the anti-Semitic, tied to terrorist groups. Absolutely. You can get mad if you want. She has taken money from groups tied to terrorism. Okay, it makes her tied to terrorism. I'm just telling you, she is. We are paying for extra security because of her comments that on 9/11 somebody did something. Is that what happened? last Monday, was it? Not even. Is this Monday? Is this last Monday? Is that the same day we were talking about Notre Dame going up in flames? Is that the day we watched? I mean, I've got to scratch my little head on this one. This is a Monday, last Monday, Notre Dame. 2 Mondays in a row? Churches? This one, 290 killed? So we have extra security around Muslim, anti-Semitic comments who said on 9/11 some people did something because of her safety. Warnings. Now, I can't get too deep into it because I've got a dozen things to do today. We will come back to it. In fact, let me pull up this one article I was looking at. Stay with me here. Just be happy, okay? Be happy. I don't want to hear it. All right? Now, I can't pronounce these names. You gotta like sound like you're gonna spit, you know. So I can't get these names. Terrorist leader behind Sri Lanka Easter bombings that killed is now up to 290 is Islamic extremist imam named something. I can't get the name. It was immediately clear who was responsible for the deadly attack that injured another 450 people. Later today, Imam Muhammad Tahadi reported that the terrorist behind the deadly bombing is an Islamic extremist imam and preacher by the name of, about 9 throat clearing sounds. So anyhow, there was warnings, I guess, that this was going to happen. There was warnings sent, and I think the authorities there sent out, or the police or something went to the authorities, the government, and said that they had threats of Islamic. Maybe they couldn't come out and say it. Maybe they weren't allowed to say that there's a possible Muslim attack. Yes, a Muslim attack. I say it. At least 290 killed, up to 450 injured in church bombings. Now, you remember last week they spent all week selling us that faulty wiring burnt down an 850-year-old Notre Dame church in France, but they never talked last week about the terrorism in France of churches. Never the destruction, the attacks on churches in France. Never, especially Paris. Here this Monday morning, we're talking about Sri Lanka, and we're talking about Muslims, folks. We're not talking about Christians that killed 290. These people, if you do not, okay, if you do not wake up and get past the media. Remember I told you Friday, we talked about this Friday. They don't like you, folks. If you think one day that they're not going to come into MSNBC studios and those dumb brain dead people are going to look and say, is there somewhere we can find common ground? Can we not discuss this? No. Anyhow, I want to move on from that, but I would just like, okay, for the media to stop calling Russia an attack on our democracy, an attack on our 2016 election. I would just ask you nicely. Now, that being said, we're talking about being happy. Now, I don't do this very often, okay? But because, all right, let's go to number 25. All right, the media's head is spinning off this morning because now none of the Sunday morning shows, not a single show touched this on Sunday morning. I watch CBS, ABC, NBC, and Fox, and I don't watch CNN, Jake Tapper on Sunday. But I watched all 4 of those shows. Not a one of them touched this. But this morning, MSNBC is going nuts over Trump sends angry tweets. Claims never been happier, but his tweets are angry. But who is in the picture with Trump playing golf Friday? Mark Stein, was it Mark Stein? Who was in? Somebody, I think Mark Stein was in for Rush Friday. Somebody told me. I asked a friend of mine. I said, "Hey, what is Rush talking about today? You know, what's his kindly summary? What's he doing?" He said, "I don't know. I think Stein's in for him today." So Rush Limbaugh is out playing golf with Donald Trump. So the only thing I was supposed to go. But we do the All-Star panel on Friday mornings, and if it comes between playing golf with the president and Rush Limbaugh and the All-Star panel, I've got to stick with the panel. Okay, I was left behind. Somebody's got to be left behind to do the work to get the message out. But anyhow, Rush Limbaugh, and then give me number 26. There is Rush Limbaugh, conservative talk show host, and the President of the United States playing golf Friday. So Mueller report comes out Thursday. Rush does an incredible job laying it out Thursday afternoon on the details of it because it came out at, 11 o'clock, so we're on in the morning, so we don't get a chance to break it down until the next day, in which we did with the All-Star Political Panel. But Rush got a whole afternoon to break down the Mueller report and then play golf with the president on Friday. So I'm just going to tell you this. I'm pretty sure if Rush is on the air at noon today, okay, I'm pretty sure he will have to comment that he played golf with the president Friday. But if I were you, I don't say this very often, if you want to find out what direction the president's going in next, I think I'd tune in at noon to the Rush Limbaugh show and find out, because, I think Rush has the president's ear, and, Rush wants the genesis of this, and he knows, everybody knows that we are questioning people's patriotism, okay? And we're questioning people's agenda, patriotism, and talking about our democracy being under threat. If Robert Mueller wanted to do the right thing for this country, if he wanted to, 60 days after he got assigned special counsel, he should have walked in and said to Rod Rosenstein, okay, Stein, whoever the hell he is. He should have walked in and said, "You know what? We don't have anything. You got a choice. I could spend $35 million of the taxpayers' money. I could assemble a massive investigation team. I could issue thousands of subpoenas, do thousands of interviews. There's numbers out there. The prophet. I could check with 800-900 people, thousands of interviews, thousands of subpoenas. I can spend, where we're looking, $35 million. But there's nothing here. I mean, we're probably best. Well, and what about the day? What about the day? That see, give me number 3. You see, in the somebody said the other day, I forget where I heard it, to call this the dossier 2.0. Okay, that Mueller wrote the second dossier. But you see, in there in the Mueller report, McGahn recalled the president telling him Mueller has to go. What's the problem with that? You do realize the president could have shut this investigation down legally at any time. Legally at any time. But, all right, look, folks, I'm going to take a break. We're going to come back. I want to be clear. Sri Lanka, 8 churches, 294 dead, 450 injured. Muslim extremist. We got a problem, folks. We got a problem. Better pay attention. I'm your host, BKP. The Elizabeth Warren wants to start impeachment. We'll talk about that as soon as we get back. Take us a break, Josh.